Hey there, beautiful people. This is Mentor Shelley coming to you on this Sunday, right before the Monday starts. Wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. And I know there's a lot of you that are maybe watching the Super Bowl right now, but I just wanted to come on real quick to share some tidbits for my GenZers that may or may not be watching the Super Bowl. Want to make sure that you know how to or ways to set your career goals that's actually going to work for you in this particular time frame, because 2025 is gearing up to be a very interesting year thus far. All right, so we'll give you some time to get in here. Go ahead and drop a like, share with people that share if you care. If you know people that's going to be able to benefit from this information. All right, guys, stay tuned. Hey there, beautiful people. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. I am going to jump right in tonight. There are a couple of ways which I'm going to share with you on how to set career goals, especially for you Gen Zers. You are the ones that I am focused on tonight because I want to make sure you have the tools you need. Boy, I wish I had a me when I was coming up in your era at the time. The ages that you guys are, where somebody would have tapped me on the shoulder and kind of helped me out a little bit. But here goes. Let's jump in. How Gen Zers can successfully set their career goals in this time, especially in right now in the year of our Lord 2025. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. All right. Now, what does it take to set your career goals as a Gen Zer? What does it take? What will you need? What are the steps? We're going to go through that very quickly. I just want to make sure that you understand what it is that as Gen Zers, what to look for, where you are, what you're going to be doing, things of that nature. All right. So let's jump on in here, okay? Let's see here. So, now, goal one, what do you want to set? The first thing, goal one is landing the right job, not just any job. Of course, I'm not a Gen Zer, I'm a Gen Xer, let me be clear. The job market right now, especially in 2025, is wild. Your LinkedIn feed is full of people hustling, living their best professional life, or that's what they're at least showing you. In the meantime, you're trying to figure out how to set your career goals that won't make you roll your eyes by March. Okay? It's a struggle, but you are not alone. Setting career goals that work for you, right? The kind that doesn't fizzle faster or you lose interest in 5 minutes. I, of course, I will not be able to tell you what that is because I don't know what your interests are. I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what you're looking for ultimately in your career. So you definitely want to make sure you make note of those things as you are going through this process. So number 1, landing the right job, not just any job. If you work with your hands, then you want to start looking at jobs, do your research as to what's involved. Is it a job that requires more office type of demeanor? Is it a job that's more physical? Is it a job that's more technical? Is it a job that involves a lot of sitting around the computer? Or is it a job where you're moving around a lot more? You're learning technical skills. You're learning how to fix, pull down, put together things. You're looking at maybe doing some kind of a trade, you want to do your research on whatever that is, okay? And tailor your resume to that. I actually have a video. I actually have a live or video coming up in this week, coming up this week about how to put your resume together when you have zero experience. Go ahead and tune in for that in the next couple of days. I want to make sure that as GenZers, even though you have limited experience, I am here to help you to use whatever experience you have, as small as it may be. You can use that experience to garner the type of career that you do want. So the first thing, do your research. Tailor your resume to that. And if you're not sure how to do the resume, I'm going to be going through that at some point this week. How to tailor your resume when you have zero experience. Because I know that it's sometimes you're concerned. And of course, network in person and online. As GenZers, you guys were born not only with the internet, but you were born with social media. So I want you to be able to use your tools efficiently and network online. When I say network, I mean go on meetup.com, okay? The things you find interesting or the field that you want to work in. Find the industry specific stuff. We're going to have to do another video on literally how to start networking. So that's not something that when I just say it, I don't want you to just say, well, I hear them talking about it all the time, but what does it mean to network? Just like when you go into a group online, whether it be on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and you're saying hello and you're seeing how the group maneuvers, you're going to be networking online too in industry specific type of groups. So you get a feel for what people are talking about in that industry. It's part of your research. So not just you want to land the right job, but you want to also want to understand the type or field of study that you are going into. All right. So that's goal number 1, landing the right job, not just any job. What does that include? You networking, you doing your research, you're tailoring your resume to that job. So you know exactly what you're getting yourself into and you're not going in blindsided. Okay. Goal number 2, building a personal brand that screams, hire me. How are you going to do that? Your resume is going to, and your personal brand is going to have to say, hire me. How does it say that? You got to polish up that resume. Definitely look out for my video later on this week on how to put a great resume together with zero experience. That is going to help you big time. And if you are needing help to put a resume together, even though you have a little experience to get you started, you can go to mentorshelley.com/resumes. Let me put that on the screen for you because I don't want you to think I am not here providing you with free resources. I do have free resources, but I also have paid resources as well. Okay, you go to mentorshelley.com/resumes. I have a resume guide that you can use. Here you go. Here's a link for that. mentorshelley.com/resumes, where you can download that guide and get a feel for what it looks like to be able to use that resume as well. Use the resume samples in that guide to be able to put a resume together for yourself. Now, check out the other video that I'll be putting out later on this week if you have zero experience and you still want me to go through that with you. But go ahead and use that resource at mentorshelley.com/resumes. Now, let's see here. What you're going to do, polish up that resume, post on social media with a professional purpose, and be consistent. Guys, just like how people know, I'm going to use Kev on Stage. Kev on Stage is a YouTuber, a content creator, and also a comedian that used his social media, YouTube specifically, initially for the last over 10, 15 years to brand himself as a comedian, to brand himself as a funny guy. He talks about, a lot of his personality, a lot of his life growing up in the church and giving, church skits. That's how I found him maybe 8 years ago. And I've been watching his YouTube channel off and on ever since. Before the podcast, before all of that, I was watching his funny videos because as a church kid myself, I found his humor hilarious. So of course I can relate to it. And what he did, what I will say to you is he was consistent with his content. He posted, I think, at least 3 times a week, from what I understand, for 10 years straight. Okay? He posted at least 3 times a week for 10 years straight before we saw the cultivation of his comedic career, and now he's doing tours, and now he's doing different things. He used the hello there. He used the consistency of social media to develop his personal brand. Hello, Char Willie. Welcome to the live. Thank you so much. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to you as well. I definitely wanted to just drop this information and make sure that the lovely folks, including GenZers, of course, that they have what they need to be able to be effective in this job market, especially in 2025. So welcome, Char Willie. Appreciate you joining us, of course. So he used, Kev on Stage used the social media platforms to brand himself, to develop his personal brand, right? That screams hire me. He used to get hired at churches. You get hired at conventions. Now he has his own tours. But he used social media in the right way to brand himself for the professional purpose of becoming a working comedian, which he is now. But it took years, but it took time, but it also took what? Consistency. So just like how he branded himself as a comedian, you can brand yourself as the go-to person for, let's say, in the career of a plumber. If you want to brand yourself as a plumber online, you can use examples of pictures, things that you've repaired. You can talk about the fact that, at one time, this is what happened, and you had such a difficult time repairing this thing, but you did some things. You tell stories about your experiences as a plumber, so on and so forth. You're going to use that. Whether you're working for someone or you're working for yourself, you're going to use, goal 2 is build a professional brand online that screams hire me, or that screams hire me as a contractor, hire me as a career service professional, or hire me as a business. Depending on what you're on depending on what's one of the 3 that you're branding, make sure that brand is saying what you want it to say, which is you want it to represent what it is you're doing professionally. So that's another way of marketing yourself. Okay. So that's goal number 2. Build a professional brand online, whether you're a Gen Z or whether you don't have to be a Gen Z to do that. That just makes good business sense. Okay. Now, let's see here. Goal number 3. You have to invest in yourself, folks. Listen, if you don't invest in you, how do you expect another employer to invest in you? How do you expect for people to invest in you if you don't invest in yourself, folks? Number 1, identify the specific skills you want to improve on or attain. Let's say I wanted to go into the field of, I don't know, I wanted to switch from, because I'm knee deep in human resources, been doing it for the last 20 plus years. Let's say I wanted to go into the field of, I don't know, I wanted to be an electrician. Let's say I want to make a switch. Okay, wonderful. That's my decision. I've identified the skill I want to attain. Okay, so I either sign up, purchase, obtain workshops, go to webinar, go to courses, go to a particular school. In this case, trade school. It may take me a year. It may take me 2 years. It may take me 3 years. Hopefully I find a program that pays for it. Hopefully I find a on-the-job training type where I can learn to be an electrician as well as work in that field while I'm in school. So I've identified that. Identify what it is I want to invest in. I also sign up for the type of class instruction and things of that nature on what it is And of course, seek mentorship. You may be able to get that all in one place. There are some, I know of a cousin of mine that was in a 4-year program. He's making buku money now. Of course, trades pays the bills and then some. Um, Definitely, he found a program where it was on the job training. He was in classes at night. He was working on the job. He was getting paid an apprentice pay for a while, but it was working in the field. He was going to school at night to get, I guess, to marry what he was learning during the day. And the person he was working with, it was an apprenticeship program. So he had a mentor all in one. So he was able to do that. But if you do not have a kind of a program that's set up that way, you want to make sure that you get a mentor. You absolutely need a mentor if you want to take leaps and bounds in your career, and in your professional future. You absolutely need a mentor or a coach or a guide, because they will be able to help you avoid pitfalls that they've actually been through. And of course, Charlie, seek out mentorship. Mentor Shelly, that is, thank you so much. You are absolutely right. In order for you to become a better professional, you have to understand it requires that you seek out wisdom for people that have gone in that particular place before you. So it's important to seek out mentorship, someone who can guide you, or some form of mentorship program in the field that you want to go into. Remember, I can't determine that for you. I can help you identify what that is, but we're going to talk about that in a second. So seek out the proper mentors, seek out the proper coaching, seek out the proper leadership that may help you go there. Now, what are some of the resources that can help you to figure this out as a Gen Zer? I do have a book specifically tailored for Gen Zers, and for your age group. I wish I had this particular resource when I was your age. It is my book, From Coolest Teenager to Consummate Professional: 7 Steps to Getting the Career and Economic Life You Want. You can obtain that resource at mentorshelley.com/book. What I'm talking about as far as setting career goals, this will actually help you. The first 2 chapters will help you to map out the next 3 to 10 years of your career. In order for you to know where you're going, you have to know where you are right now, and the tools and the resources you need to move in that direction. And this resource will help you to do all of that. Yes, this particular part of the resource, you're able to write down, take notes, and truly develop your own career goals, and it will help you. There are questions in there. There's a questionnaire piece in there. There's areas of development that you can work on building on your own. So go ahead and grab that resource. In order for you to start developing your own career goals, you do need the right resources to help you achieve just that. I also have a second resource, of course. If you want to work with me one-on-one to get a little bit deeper into what it is that you want to do when you grow up, so to speak, then you can schedule a consultation with me directly. I kind of look like that girl a little bit, but I got less hair. Of course, you can go to mentorshelley.com/consultations. I am more than happy to help you work with you to make sure that you become a better professional by using the resources that you have available. So there's 1 or 2 ways you can start working on your career goals. You can work with me one-on-one, or you can grab my resource at mentorshelley.com/book, which I just showed you. Let me go ahead and make sure you see that again. At the end of the day, I want to make sure you guys have what you need to become a better professional and have the career goals that you seek. I don't know what they are, but I can definitely help you to work, and I have resources to help you to work towards making sure you establish those goals. Number 1, obtain the job that you want, not the one that's just given to you, but figure that out by going through some of the resources we have here. Number 2, make sure you have, let's see here. Yeah, make sure you have, right? Number 1, land the right job, not just any job. Number 2, build your personal brand and be consistent, whether it be online, offline. Don't just be on social media to be on social media. Use it to your advantage, especially in your professional space. Use it to establish your personal brand, but be consistent if you don't do anything else. And invest in your career growth, because nobody is going to invest in you like you invest in you. Don't you believe in yourself? You want other people to believe in you. You got to start believing in yourself, and you got to put your money where your mouth is. Of course, guys, if you have additional questions, you can always go to mentorshirley.com/contact, where you can leave me a voicemail or an email message, and I'm more than happy to return your voicemail or email within 24 hours. We are absolutely still on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So, of course, if you found this information helpful, or you know somebody that will, go ahead and send this information to them via link. And of course, as you're leaving, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not already done so. Char Willie, thank you so much for joining us, and the others that joined that did not say anything, we thank you. And of course, go ahead and then go back to enjoying your Super Bowl Sunday. Thank you so much. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally as we learn to set career goals that will actually work, not just for GenZers, but for everyone that wants a successful career. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one. Bye.